All right, so you did it, you built a thing, you launched it, but, and this is the scary part, the real work is just beginning. Today, we're diving into the final and honestly, one of the most crucial steps of the MIT Disciplined Entrepreneurship Framework. We're talking about Step 24, the product plan. You know that feeling? The launch party's over, the confetti is swept up, and it's quiet. Your minimum viable business product is officially out there. So, what now? Right? Do you start cramming in more features, go chasing after new customers? This right here, this is the exact moment where a real plan makes all the difference. It's what separates the startups that take off from the ones that just stall out.
And everything we're talking about today is grounded in Bill Aulet's amazing Disciplined Entrepreneurship Framework from MIT. Now here's the key thing to get about Step 24. It's not the finish line, not even close. Think of it as the launch pad for your next big move. This is how you turn that first product into a real, scalable, growing business.
Okay, so let's get into it. Let's talk about what happens after that first launch, your MVP, your minimum viable business product. Its whole job was to get you in the game, right? To prove you could get those first paying customers. But that's not the end goal. It's just the foundation you're going to build everything else on.
And this requires a huge mindset shift. I really want you to get this. The product plan we're talking about, it's not some dusty document you write once and then file away forever. No way. You've got to think of it as a living, breathing strategy. It's your high-level game plan that's constantly evolving as you grow.
So before you can even think about planning for the future, you have to get a crystal clear picture of right now. And that means your number one job, right after you launch, is to take all your assumptions and replace them with cold, hard, real-world data. The process sounds simple, but you have to be super disciplined about it. First, you get your MVP out there, into the hands of real customers. Step 2, you collect the data. And I mean the real stuff. Are people actually using it? How often? Are they telling their friends about it? And then finally, you analyze that data. You look for the trends over time to figure out what's really making people tick. And this all comes down to one core principle. You have to be intellectually honest. It is so easy to fall in love with your own brilliant ideas, right? But here's the truth. The market doesn't care about your brilliant logic. It only cares about what works. And the data? That's your ultimate reality check. Okay, so once you've got that reality check from your data, now you can start building the next strategic layer. It's time to actually plan out the features you need to completely, utterly dominate your first target market, your beachhead. But the how is everything here. You're going to start strategically adding back in some of those features you had to put on the back burner for the MVP. But this time, every single decision has to be based on what your customer persona truly needs. And, this is non-negotiable, you have to build in a process for high quality from the get-go. All right, you've got your plan for the beachhead. Now it's time to zoom out and think bigger. A great product plan doesn't stop at winning just one market. It's your treasure map for building a much larger empire. Think of your beachhead as your D-Day. It's your first major battle. You're laser-focused on one persona. And your mission is total domination. You want to become the undisputed standard, the only real choice. Only then do you move on to follow-on markets. These are nearby markets, maybe with new personas, but they always leverage the core strengths and the reputation you already built.
And, of course, this is the classic dilemma every founder faces, right? If you move too soon, you spread your resources way too thin. But if you wait too long, you might miss your window of opportunity. So, how in the world do you know when it's actually time to expand?
Well, the beautiful thing about this framework is that it gives us a super clear, data-driven answer. You expand when you've won. Period. When your product becomes the de facto standard, the automatic choice, and you have dominant market share in that beachhead, that's your green light. Go time. Start planning your attack on the next market. Now, it's really important to remember something here. This product plan, it's not about having a crystal ball. You're not trying to predict the future with 100% accuracy. It's about having a North Star, a long-term vision that guides all your day-to-day decisions and forces you to keep thinking 1 or 2 steps ahead. And this is the real magic of the whole framework. It is a repeatable process. It's a cycle. Once you've conquered that beachhead and you're ready to move into a new follow-on market, you don't just wing it. Nope. You go right back to the beginning and start the 24 steps all over again. You build a new, disciplined plan for each and every market. Okay, let's be real. Are you feeling a little overwhelmed right now?
because that is completely normal. I mean, we just covered 24 steps, but please remember this. The plan is your guide. It's your vision. It is not a set of chains locking you down. It's a roadmap, and like any good roadmap, it's supposed to change and adapt as you learn more from the real world.
So, what's the big takeaway here? I want to leave you with one final question to really chew on. Think beyond the next feature release, beyond even the next market you're going to conquer. What is the ultimate long-term vision for what you're building? What's the change you want to make in the world? That vision, that's the true north for your product plan. So, what are you waiting for? Go build it.